I'm the retarded person eater, and I think it's okay to eat retards. What was your argument against me eating retards that doesn't apply to animals?
I don't really think that the quote-unquote like insemination of animals constitutes as rape. I disagree with that. Well, you're not doing it for sexual gratification.
Okay, so if I were to like take a dildo and I were to like shove it up my dog's ass,
it's failed rape essentially, but yeah, it's rape.
Failed rape?
I mean, he didn't really like succeed in it, so
he has to come.
Yeah.
He has to come for.
He has to come.
To be rape.
I'm actually starting to get jazzed at the idea of punching him in the face at this point.
Well,
as you know, Flamenco and Bunk are set up to box each other, I believe, in a few months. So I figured we could have like a little trash talking between the two of them. It would be a good event for us.
So are we we're on stream already, I assume?
You guys are on stream already.
Don't
Don't feel any pressure. Don't feel any pressure.
Oh, I'm really feeling the pressure right now.
Oh no.
I'm pissing myself.
Uh-oh. All right.
Yeah.
You have to go pee at some point.
You're gonna have to pee mid-debate? Mid-conversation? Mid-shit talk?
I don't know, maybe.
Why don't you go now?
Piss in your fucking corner.
Why don't you go now
and then come back? I think he
come
pisses in the sink.
He goes in the sink?
I mean, I think he's got like a utility sink in his basement, though. I pissed in a utility sink before, so I don't know.
Dude, wait, you did? What's the experience? What's it like?
It's just pissing in a utility sink.
Like scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the worst piss you've had, 10 being the best.
And I mean, it's whatever. I mean, it's the utility sink that like. It's the utility sink that my friend used in the garage, and that's where he would like put out. It did kind of smell bad.
Yo, with the quartering, I actually think it was on his floor because I'm pretty sure he talked about having a drain on this floor.
Yeah, like there was a drain on the floor in the like corner of the room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never pissed on a floor drain before.
Yeah.
I haven't pissed in a utility sink either. I think I'm the least experienced here.
Although it's starting to get warm, so I do piss off my balcony.
Wait, are you implying that I have? Because I haven't, for your information, Bunk. Okay, I don't have that ability.
Between me and Flamenco.
Okay.
Well, well, have you tried?
When I was really little and I was still jealous of boys having penises and me not having one, I did try peeing standing up one time. It did not go well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least you gave it a shot.
Yeah, that's true.
You miss 100% of the pisses you don't take.
Yeah, true. 100%. There are devices you can use.
You did clean it up at least, right?
Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, so, Vex sent a super chat to ask you, Flamenco. Please ask Flamenco how it feels to not have the worst fallout from a self-dox anymore.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Ralph accidentally leaked his like password out, and some of the stuff's been funny. I do have to say it makes me hate Jesse even more now though, because he I think stole Ralph's credit card information to buy the Hogwarts Legacy game for May. Which is funny. It's just when shit gets into like blatant criminality, it's just like, you just make everything unfunny, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, there has to be like a gray area with it, you know?
You guys ready to get into some shit talk?
I'm just looking out for you, bud. Yeah, I'm totally ready. I'm actually really excited. I was actually nervous that Flamenco wouldn't show up, but, you know, it's kind of impressive. It's the most conviction he's shown towards this boxing match so far.
Yeah, I still haven't heard anything back from Keem, so I'm just sort of like...
You're supposed to contact him. I told you that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, in your chat. It's been clipped like 20 times.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to record the shit. It's the conversation we had with Keemstar the first time we talked about it.
Well, I thought you said posting on social media. I still don't have my Twitter account back though.
Yeah, you're supposed to send it to him. You have to send it to him.
Okay.
He's waiting on you.
I'll DM it to him, I guess. I just got weighed again at the doctor's, and I'm like 182 now. So, what are we meeting at? Yeah, what are we meeting at?
170, I believe.
Okay. I just gotta lose like 12 more pounds. What's your weight at so far?
My weight out right now, I think about 152, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Putting on weight is gonna be a process and a half.
Let me start off with this. How are you guys feeling so far about the fight? And what do you think right now your chances are of winning?
I think that every single day that goes by and I don't see Flamenco working out, I think that's a day I have up on him. So I think I'm rocking pretty well right now. I actually, Flamenco, I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. I don't believe that you're doing the shit. I'm gonna be fucking real with you right now. I fucking don't believe you for a second. But hey, if you're actually doing it, that'd be really great. Can you please send it to Keem? I need this in a contract. I need to get going with this. Yeah?
Yeah, sure. I just yeah, sure. I just don't know what I would do specifically. It's mostly I'm doing cardio to like lose weight. Okay.
Yeah, you record a video.
All right.
You press the little record button on your little phone.
You probably go to a boxing gym too, right? At some point.
Well, I found a boxing gym already. It's just I don't really want to like pay for anything until I have like the contract in hand. So it's like, okay, so you're gonna make money off of this, and you're like any of the money that you put into it is going to be recouped.
Yeah. Flamenco, have you seen any of this stuff on Twitter? I know you're suspended.
No, I haven't been on Twitter in the last like couple of months.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna tell you. All right, they're out there. They're screaming against you. Okay. There's crowds raging against you. They don't think you're going through with it either. You gotta prove them wrong. All right, buddy.
Okay.
You gotta kick my ass. You gotta do it for the people.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You don't sound hyped up.
I mean, I'm just sort of like indifferent, I guess. I don't know.
Indifferent. Indifference won't cut it. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good way to like lose weight and get in shape, but aside from that, like I don't know. I don't really know a whole lot about you, so I don't really have like any deep-seated like, oh, I fucking hate this guy like you generally get with like some of these more autistic internet fights.
I mean, I'm sure we could find something here. You guys are pretty, I think, politically on the opposite sides, right?
Yeah, but I don't like. I don't think I've ever like met a person who's like, oh, I disagree with this person politically. I want to like kick their ass.
Yeah.
Well, now you have, buddy. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
All right.
I'm gonna kick your ass, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's get right into it.
Flamenco. All right. I need to know that you're ready for this. All right. Are you hyped?
Okay.
Are you hyped yet?
Yeah. It should be fun.
Yeah. All right. All right. Can you give me a war cry? Can you show me?
No.
No?
Damn, Flamenco.
Yeah, I don't really want to deal with I really don't want to deal with autism with like people in the building above me. So, nah, I'm good.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
How about a quiet one? Just whisper it into the mic.
Like
yeah, I'm not becoming a nuisance for my neighbors.
You can whisper it. Just whisper it. Just, rah,
Rawr. Yeah. Rawr. Roar. Rawr.
Rawr. That's it. That's the fighting spirit.
Hell yeah.
This is gonna be like Autism Rocky, where everybody fighting is autistic.
There's training montages for both of you.
We should just steal the chess aesthetic too. Then that'll be really autistic.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys could do chess boxing. You could do chess
boxing.
Oh my god, that would be so autistic. It would be perfect.
I don't know if that would swing with Keem, but I don't know.
I think chess boxing. I don't know anybody would host that. Right? That would be the problem with it.
Yeah.
But it would be so goddamn funny. What I need is to see more like some expansion in the influencer like boxing matches. We need to go into different places. I want to see like motherfuckers like dueling with rubber bullets and shit. I want to see like fencing, right? I want to see sword battles between influencers.
Yeah, chess fencing. You guys play around a chess.
Let's go.
And then you pull out your swords and start going at it.
You go to the first point and then you go back to chess and then you go to the next point.
Yeah.
I think you have to keep it concise to 2, or else it gets a little too convoluted.
Flamenco, I do have actually some questions. This is it's supposed to be a little bit more heated. Can I put the heat on you? I got some questions that have been burning at my mind. Okay. So, are you okay with me? I guess it's not really gonna be shit talk if I ask. Why the fuck did you make a porn account?
Probably because I was horny.
No, but you can like jack off without having an account for it.
Yeah, but I think you get like free trials or something. I think that
you
was
got
like
free
the only
trials.
reason.
Did you get like free hentai?
Like I have no idea. I don't
You
really.
don't remember?
I don't really keep like an itemized list of that sort of shit. You know what I mean?
That's why you have the porn account, right? To track it for you.
No, I don't really think so. I don't know. I don't even remember using it, honestly.
Okay,
so
wait a minute.
it's like what it is.
Bunk is the type of dude. Bunk is the type of dude who would have a porn account himself.
No,
Okay.
I don't. No, I don't. I do it like a normal person. I jack off to my hentai in an incognito tab and I close it.
All right.
I'm gonna civilize.
That is definitely the smarter thing to do, honestly.
Are there any other like accounts that we should know about Flamenco?
Probably not. No.
No.
Let's
Nope.
get into it, guys. Start
Nothing.
start fighting with each other. I'm
Not
waiting
that I
for
can
the
think of,
heat.
No.
Have you ever seen the bit in Rick and Morty where Morty explains why he has a Pornhub account?
No, I don't remember that.
Dude, I was really hoping you'd give me something like that. I was hoping there was like an in-depth and like, intellectual reason why you had one.
No.
I was gonna be converted by you into the porn account ways.
No, not that I can think of.
Flamenco, bring the
Are you
heat.
awake today?
Huh? I'm a little tired, but
You
other than
sound
that,
tired right now, buddy.
Flamenco, bring the heat. Insult him. Say something mean.
yeah, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, so I'm just a little sleepy sleep.
That's fine. Just say something mean to him.
I can't really say anything mean about him because I don't really know anything about him, honestly. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really. I guess like that was the like main problem with this is that I'm
Imagine
not like,
here.
anything
Let me
I'm not
help you.
invested in this,
Let me
you know
help
what
you.
I mean?
Let me help you, okay? Imagine Bunk is your worst enemy, okay? Imagine he's somebody that you really hate. Think of what you've always wanted to say to somebody you really hate and say it to Bunk.
I like
It
how we
doesn't
have,
really
like-
work though because like the only people I hate are people that have like personally wronged me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can
I-
still say insults to them.
Flamenco, it's okay to let out your inner feelings. You don't have to act like a stone cold edgelord on the internet all the time. It's okay. Come on. A little bit of that whoo that we talked about before.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Think of
So
Buck as
Flamenco.
Diorio. No, I think that might end up in some problems afterwards.
I'm like skinny Nicholas Diorio.
I don't wanna kill the guy. Jeez.
Well, you don't have to kill Diorio either. He's doing it to himself slowly.
Fast, you mean? Like, thank God for heart disease.
Thank God for heart disease. That's why you gotta
Yeah.
drop the weight, Flamenco. You gotta drop the weight. You can't go the way. You can't go the way of
I
double
think
stuff.
I think I'm only like a few pounds overweight at this point. So
You're only
you
a few
know.
pounds now?
Yeah.
How much
let's
been
see.
lifting?
What
What have you been doing on the lifting end?
I haven't been doing any lifting. Just cutting weight first.
So,
See.
You can't be a
wanna do
noodle,
that.
Flamenco. You gotta.
Flamenco. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been like DMing you. I've been trying to like encourage you, like a dad encouraging his like child.
Oh,
to
I
do homework.
barely read my DMs at this point.
Okay, well here we're in VC now. Okay, I can impart to you my knowledge. Don't do that. What you're doing right now is stupid and dumb and stupid. You want to be
okay.
lifting weights while you're cutting weight. You're just gonna be losing muscle mass if you're not doing that. You're gonna lose an unnecessary amount.
Okay. Well, I'll get started on that then, I guess.
Okay, Bunk. Opinion on anime. Opinion on anime, real quick.
Okay, there's like a couple of animes that are really good, but most people who like anime are soy as fuck. So you can't talk about the animes that you think are good because then you're gonna clumped in with the soy as fuck people. Okay, like I really like
Anime is great, dude.
Yeah, so like you'll get lumped in with people like Flamenco, for example, right? Like this is my point. So there are gonna be like a couple
I
of.
mean, it could be worse, dude. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think it could be worse than getting lumped in with you.
I don't know if there's
Considering
like
your
any
past
anime
records with
people.
anime, dude,
I don't know if
think
there's
it
like
gets
any
much
anime
worse.
people. I don't know if there's any anime people that have like had a public chimp out inside of a McDonald's. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Sounds
anime
like
people
it
who
sounds
have been caught
like it
looking
sounds
at,
like it
caught
sounds like the
looking
Rick
at
and Morty. It sounds like the Rick and Morty. It sounds like the Rick and Morty crowd have a little bit more to be embarrassed of. Granted, with the anime people, we do have Thad, but I think he's still in prison. I hope he's still in prison. That guy was fucking weird.
I'm sorry. Where did we bring up Rick and Morty?
Huh? You brought up anime.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty is not anime.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Is
my favorite
SpongeBob
personally.
anime?
Oof. Is there a SpongeBob? Oh, there is a SpongeBob anime. Yeah,
SpongeBob
that guy.
itself is
That
not
guy
anime.
does good work.
Okay.
This is very
No,
awkward, guys.
there is a
Yeah.
there is a SpongeBob
Stardust,
anime.
I'm trying
though.
really hard to bring the heat.
I know
and
you're trying.
Flamenco's like
Flamenco.
less
Yeah.
than up right now.
Yeah.
Flamenco, I need you to bring the heat. People want to see blood from you, Flamenco, okay? People want to see you make some blood. All right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All
let's
right.
see it.
I guess I need to like actually find out things about
Call
Bunk
his mom a whore! Call his mom a whore!
Is his mom actually a whore?
I don't know.
Wait, is your mom actually like a whore?
No, I'm a whore. I'm everyone's
Oh.
favorite sex worker. That's me.
You're a sex
Oh,
worker?
wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, have a debate about this.
I'm
Okay,
awesome.
this is it. This is it. Flamenco
So
and
wait,
Bunk.
there are like intentionally naked pictures of you on the internet?
Allegedly.
Wait, how
Possibly.
allegedly?
I don't know, dude. Listen. There's like, there's videos have been released, and people say it's my penis. And while I can't confirm or deny this, right?
Dude,
I think
that's
it's a really
gross.
nice penis.
Well, I mean, good for you.
Hold on, Flamenco, are you
that's
talking to me?
gross.
Flamenco. I know you're gonna find it pretty gross, but the person I was fucking was actually over than 18. They were older than 18, buddy.
Okay.
Okay,
Dude, it's like I'm beating up like a retarded
So are like
child.
every
They're, like,
girl
sitting
that
there.
I've ever fucked before. I don't know why that would disgust
Flamenco?
me.
Flamenco,
Mhm.
buddy, I'm gonna tell you to you straight. I don't
Mhm.
believe you, buddy. I don't believe you.
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, how about
Okay.
this? Debate about sex work right now, okay? Debate about it right now.
I mean,
Sex.
incidentally, you should never film yourself having sex because it's never a good idea and only leads to problems.
Oh yeah, it only leads to problems.
Yeah.
Can you like, so you don't think there's any situation where it would be like good for somebody to film themselves having sex?
Unless it's like an alibi that prevents them from getting like put away for murder or something.
You
No.
think that's the extreme. Okay, so like let's say somebody is like could have like a really lucrative career in sex work, right? They enjoy the sex work. They could have a very
They've got to
lucrative
deal
career in
with
it.
the ramifications that come with like that never leaving
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah, you have to deal with ramifications of posting your retard shit on the internet as well. Like you have clips of you talking about like some serious like extreme far right conspiracy theories, right?
Like
But,
what?
didn't you used to like? Well, there are literally clips of you talking about things like being anti-trans.
Like
right?
what?
That's- Do I have to go through your entire history? Your
I mean,
entire
if you're
history of
going
the
to
kill
bring out,
Holy shit,
examples, you
Flamenco.
should, or else it sounds like you're
Flamenco,
just
do I-
making shit up.
stream? Flamenco.
Wait, are you just making shit up?
Yes, I'm just making shit up. There's actually
Okay.
no
Well,
history
as
of you
long
on the
as-
kill stream.
Hey, good on you for that. At least you're being honest about
No,
it.
Flamenco, you can't just like act like you never had clips of you out there where you were talking about far right things. You do-
Well, if you are
You-
serious about those, then
do you want me
should
to go through
probably
your
know.
entire slip history?
I mean, if
I'm
I ever
sorry,
make an
I did-
allegation about somebody like that, I generally try to back it up a little bit.
Oh, you mean like the allegations you made against Keffels for like embezzling money?
Yeah, I 100% stand by that. Like the handling
Oh
of the
yeah, you
GoFundMe
stand
money.
by that?
Anybody,
not the handling of the
anybody,
GoFundMe money.
Anybody
This is
who
what I
saw
mean. You're a slippery
anybody.
little piece of shit.
Hold on, real quick. Anybody who thinks that a person who intentionally scammed their audience like that and took the money and ran like that, and thinks that that person was always trustworthy with money right up to that point, is a certified retard and
I'm sorry,
should loan me
Flamenco.
money.
Flamenco, I'm not talking about Keffels embezzling money from donations, right? That's not what I'm talking about. You know that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the clips where you said they embezzled money from the political parties that they were associated with.
I 100% believe that. I believe that
What's your
even more now.
substantiation of that?
They're distrustful. They're not trustworthy with money.
Your substantiation is you just don't trust them.
Yeah, like when people
Like
when
the
people
party coming
scam
out
people
themselves saying
when
that like
people
they
when
didn't
people
do
scam,
that.
when people scam people out of money, I have a tendency to believe that they've done that before and they will continue to do that, and that's why you shouldn't trust people like that with money.
Flamenco. Just because somebody does something once doesn't mean they've always done it with every single piece of money they've ever gotten. Especially whenever the
Would
party
you donate
itself,
to Keffels?
especially whenever the party.
Would you loan money to Keffels?
Flamenco,
Would you loan
buddy.
money to Keffels?
Flamenco, buddy. I can answer your question after you let me get done with my sentence. Okay.
Yeah.
If you sit on your hands real quick.
I don't know how it would stop me
Alright.
from speaking, bro.
It's a figure of speech. Flamenco. I
It's
know
not a
you're
very
retarded.
good
You're
one
not that
then,
retarded.
especially when we were talking on the internet and arguing.
Okay, Flamenco. Sorry, can you shut your
Why don't you-
fucking mouth for 1 second?
There you go. That makes a lot more
There
sense.
you go. Okay. So no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the situations with the GoFundMe that happened years later from these allegations. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is the given money that they got as being affiliated with a political party. You made allegations that they embezzled that money, correct? Your substantiation of that was that one person said it
To
on
be fair, I continued that from something I saw on Twitter, and that was before that
Yeah, I
person
get it.
actually
One
got
person.
like popular.
Yeah, one person said something on Twitter, dude. That doesn't make it true.
Would
That's
I
not how that
word it the
works.
same way? Probably not, but like given the like later handling of money, like 100% I believe that happened. 100%. I would bet money on it. I would bet $1,000 that it literally happened.
Okay. You would bet $1,000.
Yeah,
Flamenco, you've
easily.
also said you wouldn't take $6,000 to get in a VC with Augie, but you didn't even have to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't like
yeah,
that guy.
you're shit with money. You saying you would bet money on it means nothing to me. You're retarded.
Okay.
Okay?
Wait, was I actually going to get $6,000 to talk to Augie?
Yeah, what I told you, I gave you a question on stream, unless you're just saying like, oh no, now I was lying about it, right? Which I mean,
for $6,000, maybe I could swallow it, but like, I'm pretty like
maybe
physically repulsed by that jackass. Yeah.
it's for $6,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
The shit that he pulled is like pretty unforgivable, honestly.
What did Augie pull on you?
Variety of things. One that like is on a like actual personal level of just actually fucked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. What did he pull on you?
I can't get into it, or
Oh,
else, like,
well,
lays
Flamenco,
out
like
the
you
other
said, unless
things.
you have the exact fucking clips of things or are willing
I mean,
to air out
I
every
can
single
say
thing
it, I just
right
can't
now.
say it on stream. Do you understand why that might?
Well, yeah, I understand
sense?
it, right? I'm pointing out that you don't live up to your own standards for people, right?
Except it's, how is that not my same standards? You're making
Because
it.
you
You're
said to me
you're
that
you're
earlier in the
accusing me
stream-
of saying something that you take issue with, but you can't actually like say what I said when asked,
Because
which
I don't
is
have the clip from
retarded.
fucking 6
My
years ago,
reasoning is,
dog.
I can't
I'm sorry.
explain the personal slight of a personal nature that Augie did to me and why I find him repulsive as a person, because it relates to something that personally happened. Do you understand how those aren't quite the same? Can your retard brain function with that? I'm actually starting to like. I'm actually starting to get jazzed at the idea of punching you in the face at this point.
Flamenco.
Yeah.
What I'm pointing out to you is, it's not always the case that we have things on hand or we can air these things out publicly, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not always the case. But you and I both know that you made these statements in the past, correct?
Which statement?
Have you made any statements pertaining to anti-trans people in the past, like being anti-trans?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Oh, okay, then why the fuck did you ask me for the exact clip of it? As though I had to prove that you had that position.
Well, it depends on like what specific thing you took issue with.
I take issue with the stance of being anti-trans. All of the
I don't even know.
anti-trans positions
I don't even
retarded.
know. I honestly don't even know what I specifically said that would be considered anti-trans. So I don't know if I would stand by it or not.
So did you have those positions or did you not have those positions?
Have what position?
The anti-trans positions, dumb
What-
fuck. Keep up
can you
with statements.
Retard, can you explain what specific position I allegedly had?
Were you against the idea of giving people hormone replacement therapy or similar gender reaffirming care at any point in time?
It depends on the situation, I guess, but generally I'm pretty libertarian and you own your own meat, so not really.
So no, you never had these stances.
Probably not. I
What
might have found it.
anti-trans stances
I
did
might
you
have
have,
found
then?
it. I might have found it like weird at the time, but like all in all, I've been pretty consistent in being like largely libertarian.
So you're libertarian about it, right? You just don't care if it happens.
People own their own meat. If they want to do it, God
Okay,
bless them.
Flamenco, I own
Mhm.
my own meat. Should I be able to cut my throat open right now?
Yeah.
You think that'll be okay? You think that'd be morally righteous for me to
If
do
you
that?
want to do it, sure. I think it's cringe. Like
Flamenco,
unless
would it be
you're like
morally
terminally
righteous for
ill,
me to-
suicide is pretty cringe. But you're in your rights to do it.
I'm in my rights to do it. Do you think that makes it
Yeah.
a good thing?
I didn't say
Because
it was a good thing.
Okay, I'm asking you whether it's a good thing or not. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, it's good that you're able to make that decision for yourself. It's
You
cringe
think
that you
it's
did
good
it.
that I'm able to rip my eyes out and cut my throat open? You think that's a good thing?
Yeah, I mean, that's what gets
Why?
you off, I guess. I don't know.
Why?
I try not to kink shame, but I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really.
You
I
don't
can't
know?
really
You
shit
don't know
on.
why you
I
hold the
can't really
position?
shit on people for like what gets them off. I don't know.
Yeah, we know you can after your fucking porn history got leaked, right? But I'm not asking
Yeah.
you for things that get people off. I'm asking you why you think it's okay. Why you think it's a good thing.
Because
Why do you hold the
people have
position?
the right to do what they want with their own bodies.
Why ought they have the right to do that?
Because they're the only ones that own it. Like, I don't know why we're getting into the
What
weeds
is-
on this. It seems like a really boring
Because it's a stupid
conversation.
position. Because it's a stupid position, Flamenco.
Wait,
Why
do you have
should-
ADHD?
Do you have any justification for your points?
Well, we went from like talking about like the Keffels thing and all that, and then suddenly right back to like, what did you say on stream and all that stuff, and it's kind of going in like
because
a
you
bunch of
weaseled out of the
scatterbrain
statements
ways.
that you made on
I don't think
stream previously.
I
You
didn't
asked me to
weasel out of
prove that
any
you
statement.
had-
I asked you
No,
what I
asked me-
specifically said.
Hold on. You asked me to prove that you had these anti-trans talking
If you
points
want me
that I
to
was pulling it out
address
of my
a point,
ass that
if you want
had
to
anti-trans
address something I've
positions in
said
the
on
past,
stream before,
you then later
I need to
on
know what exactly I said on stream.
Flamenco, shut the fuck up. Stop. All right.
Uh-huh.
You then later asked me to prove that you had these anti-trans positions, and then
No, I
later
didn't
on the
ask you to
conversation,
prove it. I just asked you to
yes,
explain
you did.
what I said.
It's
that
on
you
the
took issue
VOD.
with.
Why would you lie about that? It's recorded.
I asked you what I
You said I was
specifically
talking out my ass.
I mean, kind of are.
I was
Okay.
talking about my ass of you having not anti-trans positions. Am I just like a really
I
good
don't
guesser?
know it.
Am I
I
psychic?
don't know it. I don't know what constitutes an anti-trans position for
You don't
yourself.
know?
You just asked me
You have
what
no
I probably
fucking
thought
clue?
about, like sex reassignment surgery or hormone therapies. I said, hey, you own your own meat. Do what you're gonna do with it. I'm not gonna fucking tell you what to do.
Flam, what do you think the left
You
has
went
wrong?
from. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. No, so I just want to point out one thing,
Yeah.
then I guess we can move on to what Flamenco thinks the left does wrong, okay? Flamenco,
Hmm?
first you said that I was talking in my ass by saying you had anti-trans positions, then you admitted to having those anti-trans positions, and now you're saying that you don't even know what it means to be anti-trans. You have no
Well,
fucking clue
I'm
what that
asking
means.
specific.
Flamenco,
Yeah,
this is why I
it's
think
a
you're
very-
a weasel. This is why I think you're a weasel,
because-
dude.
Because the allegation that the person is anti-trans is incredibly amorphous and depends on, one, the context of who the fuck is even talking at the moment, two, like what other people consider this. Yeah. Or do you
Do you
take
think everybody's
umbrage
as
with that?
retarded as you?
Do you
think
take umbrage
everyone's
with
as-
that?
Yeah, I take umbrage with the idea that
Really?
being anti-trans is a really hard thing to get your head around.
Okay,
think
so
that's a really
real
obvious
quick, because like, again, because I try to actually understand what positions are before I start talking about them. I try
Okay.
not to be a massive retard about it.
Okay.
Do you? What is your opinion on self-diagnosing of a person being trans?
Self-diagnosing? Diagnosis
Yeah.
is something that is done specifically by a medical professional. People seem to be pretty good at identifying whenever they want to be be called things. I think
Right,
it's
but
totally
you
fine.
you do acknowledge that there is a subsect of the trans sphere that is like, oh well, I decide that I'm trans, therefore I am. It doesn't matter what a doctor prescribes me as, and I should be able to get any kind of hormone therapy that I want after that.
Well, there
Is that
are
not a position? Is that not a position that's held?
that you literally that could be a hypothetical
Okay,
position that
so,
somebody could hold.
no, not a hypothetical. That is a position that people have. This is a
Flamenco.
fact. Do you
It's
agree
a
with
fact
this?
of what? No, I don't think anybody
That
holds
people have
position.
this-
Maybe like one
Really?
person on Twitter.
Really?
The
They
majority
don't-
of people don't hold this.
My
position.
dude, they don't have a term called transmedicalist for that exact fucking like descriptive.
No, transmedicalists are for the idea that what validates transgender people is medical
Mhm.
research within the given field. I think that is absolutely fucking absurd.
I disagree. I think that like what I just explained was what they actually go for on that one.
Well, no, flamenco. Do you have a favorite color, flamenco?
Orange.
Okay. Could you be lying that that's your favorite color?
I have no reason to lie about it.
Yeah, but could you be?
No. I know
You
what my
couldn't
favorite
be
color
lying
is.
about it.
I know what my
couldn't lie
favorite
to me
color
right
is.
now about what your favorite color
I
is.
can't say that I am lying about it because I know what my favorite
I
color
didn't ask
is.
if you were lying about it. Flamenco, keep up with the fucking conversation. You've been
I
falling
am
behind this
keeping up
entire
with
time.
it.
No, you aren't. I asked you, could you be lying about it? And you just repeatedly said, I'm not lying about it. I didn't ask if you were lying about it. I asked, could you lie about it?
I could. Yeah, I definitely could. I'm not.
Okay.
Though.
But you saying that your favorite color is orange isn't what makes your favorite color orange, right? What makes your favorite color orange is objective psychological facts about yourself, right?
Okay.
But you saying your favorite color is orange gives me good reason to believe your favorite color is orange, right?
Sure.
Okay. The same shit applies to trans people. They could be lying about it. They could be
Mhm.
mistaken about it. But it gives us pretty good reason to believe it's the case that somebody's trans.
So
If they
you're
say they're
saying
trans.
you are saying that it doesn't need to be diagnosed. It just needs to be said that the person is trans and they should be able to get hormone therapy.
Of course the fuck not. They don't need to be diagnosed to say that they're trans.
Okay.
That's retarded.
But
you need to be diagnosed
also,
as having the
you
favorite
also
color
think
orange.
that you also think that they should get like hormone therapy after that?
A lot of them should, yeah.
Okay. A lot of them, not all.
Not every single person on planet Earth should get hormone replacement therapy. No.
Even if they identify as trans?
Most people who want to get hormone replacement therapy should get hormone replacement therapy. A majority of people should.
See,
It's a
like
good heuristic to
that
abide by.
unwillingness to like commit to the full thing leads me to believe
I'm
you know
committing to my
exactly what I'm
full
talking
position.
about.
I'm committing to
And
my full
it leads
position,
me to
Flamenco.
say that you're full of shit, and you know that you're full of shit, and it's
Uh-huh.
really fucking weird that you can't
Please
answer
point
the
out
fucking
what am I
question.
wrong about? What am I wrong about, Flamenco? What have I said that's
Yeah.
incorrect?
Huh?
I asked you, what have I said that's incorrect?
Because you keep on couching it specifically. It's like a lot of these people should, most of these people should. It leads me to believe that you know exactly what I'm getting at, and you really don't want to answer
what I'm
it.
giving you, because not in all circumstances should anybody get any given operation. There are going to be situations where people with cancer, if we were to be all knowing, shouldn't get medical operations to treat cancer, because the cancer would have actually, like, the effect of the cancer would have happened well after they were dead,
Okay.
right? But it's still a good heuristic to treat cancer,
Yes.
right? Because that small percentage of people could have the case where it's bad for them to treat cancer. It doesn't mean majority of people we should not be treating cancer.
Okay.
That's
I was
my
just
position.
asking- All right. Fair enough.
I think it's super fucking obvious. I think I hold to that position this entire conversation.
All right then. All right then.
Okay, is there anything you think the left gets like really wrong? Anything you think as a
few.
pretty left wing would get incorrect?
A few things. I think that like a lot of the weird like crunchy types that are like hard in the environmentalist sphere that get like really autistically adverse to nuclear power is kind of cringe. A lot of the green energy talk is also like really fucking retarded. Especially anybody that fucking shills for wind power.
Okay. Do you think that it's a pretty important factor, the environment? Do you think it's an important existential risk?
Yeah, sure.
I would
I just
assume
think
so.
that like people's approaches to it should actually be couched in like an engineering sound standpoint.
An engineering sound standpoint.
Yeah,
So,
like
can you give me a
wind is like incredibly ineffective, but it's like largely touted by like anybody who advocates on like environmental reform. Like I think like I'm not even entirely sure is the energy that is required to like make the blades and all the maintenance that goes into wind turbines, is that like a net gain at all, or is it like largely ineffective?
I mean, you seem to be the one who's against it. I would sure hope you know this.
I from my understanding, it's like incredibly ineffective unless anyone's like
I guess
saying that I'm
because-
wrong on that one.
Because I guess we should have something more so to disagree on substantively. I can give you some of my prescriptions that come into the environment if you want to go down
sure.
those. Okay, sure. First of all, I think that it's really, really bad that people consume meat. I think that's very, very bad for the environment. Would you disagree with that? We ought not consume meat.
Probably, but I don't think that an abolition of eating meat is at all going to ever happen.
So the prescription is that people ought not eat meat. Even
Mm-hmm.
if nobody eats meat is not something that's going to happen, people individually, prescriptively should not eat meat.
Mhm.
You shouldn't go out and buy meat. Would you agree with that statement?
No, not really.
Okay. Do you go out and buy meat?
Yep.
Okay. So is this something you're just saying so you don't have to disagree with me on this topic? Or do you actually hold this position?
I think that like saying to go out and individually do it is not going to accomplish anything, and people are still going to do it, and your individual actions really won't impact anything to any meaningful standard, honestly.
Oh, well, that's just like obviously not true, though. That's like super obviously not true. So like there are going to be multiple
The
different reasons why this
individual, me
Yeah,
as an
individuals.
individual meat eater is going to tip the scales to an unreversible catastrophe.
You are going to be able to reduce the amount of environmental effects that are caused by eating meat by individually not eating meat.
Individually, it would be
individually-
incredibly negligible.
No. So
Alright.
here's gonna be like the two main arguments that you're gonna be finding around this. These are pretty obvious. I seriously have no idea why people run with this line. One is just gonna be like any threshold that we set for like markets reacting to the production of meat is going to be the amount of time that it takes to reach that given threshold is gonna be shortened. So like for example, let's say if they're you need like 10,000 people need to stop eating meat for there to be any kind of significant impact on the amount of meat that is produced, right? Even if that was the case, you're going
It's not
to
going to be
individually-
2,000.
No, 10,000. So
It's not
even
going to
if
be 10,000 either. It's going to be upwards of like hundreds of millions.
No, that's not how market forces work. If you think that, you're delusional. You think that markets
Okay.
only react to tens of thousands of people, or like hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions of people?
Yes.
You
They
think that-
definitely respond. They definitely respond to like large macro demands on that. They also
Yeah.
respond to like
they
smaller
also respond
demands.
to smaller
but-
demands, right?
Yeah, sure, but like food
Okay.
production is
So
a
wherever you
macro level thing.
Well, yeah, it's going to be at a certain threshold. Wherever you set this threshold to be, even if I were to grant to you, right? Even if I were to grant to you this absurd proposition that it takes 1 million people, there needs a threshold of like 1 million people in order for meat production to be downscaled, right? It would still be the case that that would make a dramatic effect because that threshold of 1 million people would naturally have a larger impact on the amount of meat being produced. You individually, by making the decision to stop eating meat, you are going to shorten that time, and that threshold, that amount of gap towards reaching that threshold is going to result in at the very least, a large amount of lives being saved of these animals. And additionally,
Lives
a
of
large
the
amount of,
animals.
a large
okay,
amount of
not necessar-
environmental impact being helped.
Wait, okay, so real quick, is your complaint more of an ethical? It's not ethical to eat animals, or is it it's causing detrimental environmental effects?
It's both. These are both obviously true.
Which one's the more important one?
I think the X risk factor of pandemics and climate change are going to be the pretty important ones, but I think it's super important, and this is the most important one. I think is going to be probably the effect on the animals.
Okay.
Do you disagree with that? Do you think that's like
I don't know anything about like animal like livestock carried diseases specifically, but not really.
if we want to, we can actually just completely eliminate these. If you want to stop talking about the threshold for like climate change, we can stop talking about that. We can just solely talk about the animals if you'd like to. If there's any part of my
I
argument that you
don't care
disagree
about
with,
the
we can
animal.
isolate that
I
part.
don't care about the animals part. I
Yeah,
would
so-
prefer. I would prefer in a better world. I would definitely prefer specific market demand to like not have the animals in like factory farms, but otherwise, like I still think that it's completely ethical to eat animals.
Yeah. So, do you not care about the suffering of animals? Is that the position you take, or
I would
what's the
prefer them to
position?
not suffer. Yeah.
Okay, if you prefer them not suffer, it means you probably assign some kind of negative value to animal suffering, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if
Probably.
you assign a negative value to animal suffering, and you know that your funding of these things creates animal suffering, why do you do it?
Because meat is very tasty.
Okay. If do you think that taste pleasure from something in order like justifies the harm to an animal?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
It depends on the
Um,
amount of harms.
so-
It depends on like the amount of abuse that goes into
Yeah.
it.
So
If
the
we're
amount of
talking about
abuse we're
like
talking is,
if we're talking about like
okay.
reasonable like living standards for the animals where they're not like constantly stressed and all that sort of situation, and then they go and get taken to the slaughterhouse, yeah, I'm okay with that. If they're like constantly in like stress and they have to like have specific things to stop them from like pecking at each other's feathers and shit, yeah, no.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about how things are, not how you like the fantasy world that we like to construct in our heads of what animals go through, right? They go through some.
I
Pretty
mean,
terrible
we're
stuff,
already
right?
talking about a fantasy world and where we like completely eliminate the consumption of meat.
No, I didn't say that, Flamenco. Everybody heard me say that I didn't say that nobody will be consuming meat. I said that your individual choices make an effect on the environment and they make an effect on the individual animals. Right?
Mhm.
That was my position.
Yeah,
not
just
talking
not
about
to
that,
any
Flamenco.
just not to any actual like impactful way.
We can go back to it being an impactful way. Again, I'm going to give you the argument that the threshold being reached will shorten the amount of time as more people go vegan. This is going to
By
be a
like
trend
3
throughout
seconds.
history. not by like 3 seconds, by however much time it takes between you currently consuming animals, like the amount of time left on your lifespan, and you becoming vegan. That would be the amount of time.
It's not happening. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, why? Like, what's your argument? You can just say
I'm
no.
going to eat meat.
Okay. Like, what if I were to say, well, let's say I come from a different perspective. Let's say I want to rape animals, okay? And I say, well, I just really like raping animals, Flamenco. I'm still going to rape animals. What would you say to me?
I would say that the amount of, like, detrimental things that you're doing to the animal, along with the implication that it's societally acceptable to fuck animals, is enough to stop you from doing that.
Yeah, so I would say the detriment that causes by you eating the animals and paying for them to be raped and killed, I think that's a detriment, as well as the societal impact of being morally acceptable.
I don't really think that the quote unquote like insemination of animals constitutes as rape. I disagree with that. Well, you're not doing it for sexual gratification.
Okay, so if I were to like take a dildo and I were to like shove it up my dog's ass, but like I don't get a boner, then it's okay? So long as I like don't get erection.
There is a guy at the farm.
Are you trying to like get your dog to have like babies, like puppies?
No, I'm just doing.
Wait, do people artificially inseminate dogs?
People artificially inseminate cows at the place, right?
Yeah.
And people definitely like they do rape cows essentially at the place, at those agriculture places.
Rape implies that the person who's doing it is getting some sort of sexual gratification from it.
Not really, because not all rape is about
sexual gratification.
Yeah, not all rape is about sexual gratification.
It does on one part. The person is trying to get sexual gratification from another person who's unwilling to engage in that. Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah, but with the most important part is the most important part of rape is the unwilling party, right? Like the unconsenting.
Yeah, but
party.
I'm saying that the person trying to gain something from it is what constitutes it also as rape.
So you think that that's a necessary condition for something to be rape? That you have to get sexual gratification from it?
One party, at least,
well, wait a minute. If a guy...
The aggressing party has to at least be seeking sexual gratification.
This is fucking insane. If I were to, if I were to take, like, a dildo and shove it up my dog's ass, provided that I don't, like, get an erection, I don't get sexual pleasure from it, then it's
if you're trying to breed
but
the
if
dog
I get a boner,
specifically, I don't know.
Flamenco, listen to the question I'm asking you. But if I were to get a boner, then it would be morally wrong, right?
It would be more morally wrong. Yeah, sure.
Can I ask a question real quick? I want to ask a question. Okay, Flamenco.
If you're getting sexual gratification from abusing the dog, then yeah, I'd say you're raping the dog.
Here's the thing.
I'm asking if you're not. If you're not, is it rape?
There are plenty
what
of.
What is the outcome of it specifically?
Okay, yeah.
Because like when people artificially inseminate cows, the ideal outcome is they make more cows.
Sure, but let me ask you something, okay? Let me just say, cows can only make milk when they're pregnant and when they're nursing, right? So so there is that. But also what I would ask you is, let's say a rapist it gets on top of a woman and it starts raping her. But he's got erectile dysfunction and he gets soft, right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't come, but he still like, violated her consent. He doesn't get his sexual gratification. But, let's say he keeps, like a lot of dudes do, keeps trying to noodle his soft dick into her pussy or whatever, right? Sorry for my language.
Yeah, no problem.
And So is that still rape?
It's failed rape, essentially, but yeah, it's rape.
It's failed rape? So is it rape or is it failed rape?
I mean, he didn't really, succeed in it, so...
He has to come? Yeah. He has to come
He has to come.
I think that's fundamentally the outcome that they're trying to get, though.
Flamenco, you claim to be against sex work. You're letting us, live stream you getting ass fucked on this point. Let's go up with that.
I mean, as long as you're able to say that that's happening, I guess. That generally seems to be the threshold for these things.
every
You
single
just have to
person.
like
Thank you,
loudly
Z100.
proclaim that you're the
Please.
one that's winning to be the one that's winning in these spheres.
I think it's obvious to everybody that rape doesn't. You don't have to get a boner and ejaculate for it to be rape.
You know, democracy's gay. Should we poll the chat?
Yeah, chat. Is it still rape if I were to shove a dildo up my dog's ass?
I'm more asking. I'm more asking who's like been
still
doing
rape,
better in
guys?
this conversation, me or Bunk?
No, I'm making a point that you are bombing this point. If you want to pull in chat, that's fine too.
Yeah,
right?
let's
But
pull
you're
the
bombing
chat.
this fucking point, dog.
Well, I mean, hey, let's
Okay,
see if that's
how
just
about
your
this?
opinion or if that's more people's opinion.
Here's a good question. How about let's say a rapist instead of the rapist like putting his own penis inside this girl, right? Let's say he wants to put something else inside her. Let's say he puts like a metal can inside her or something, and he gets like.
Is he doing it for sexual gratification?
Fuck.
What the fuck, dude?
Look, man, I'm just saying.
Because in that case, I wouldn't say it's rape, but he is sexually abusing that woman.
So Flamenco, I just want you to answer this straight, okay? It's gonna be a yes or no question. I'm begging for a straight answer. All right. So let's say that this person like kidnaps a woman and they tie him up and they like forcibly shove it.
Real quick.
Before you cut me off, can I finish the question? Like I just asked for a straight answer. You didn't let me finish the question.
Because you're getting really detailed about this, I just want to confirm this isn't like, you know, the author's barely disguised fetish. Can you please tell me this isn't your fetish or anything before we go further?
No, Flamenco, I'm the one who's anti-rape in this conversation.
I don't.
You're the one who's arguing in favor of it not being rape. Flamenco, you can't call me a rapist. You're the one defending
I'm getting
it.
the author's barely disguised fetish vibes. I'm not gonna lie, but whatever. Continue.
You don't get to talk about anybody's fetishes with what's been put out about you, buddy. You know that, right?
You know, I
you've
kind of
lost
do if we're
privileges to
talking
talk
about
shit.
like your elaborate scenario in which a guy like kidnaps and rapes a girl.
Well, no, I'm giving you a hypothetical scenario because you would say it's not rape. You would say that it's like obviously somebody shoving a dildo up somebody's pussy.
I don't think that you've been animated at all until this part in the conversation.
Please stop
I'm just
cutting
saying.
me off. Oh, well, please stop cutting me off
Bunk,
for 2 seconds.
as long as your example is within TOS, just please
it's gonna
go
be
ahead.
TOS friendly. It's gonna be no more vulgar than anything else we've talked about today. Okay? I just want to straight.
We've been talking about raping people, so like I don't know.
Yeah, we've been talking about raping people, or in your eyes, we've been talking about just sexually abusing them because it's totally not rape if you don't get off. So let's say that somebody gets kidnapped, right? They kidnap like a woman and they forcibly shove like a dildo up her vagina. So in 2 scenarios, let's say one scenario, they get an erection from it, they get hard from it. In the second scenario, they just get like some sadistic pleasure from it, right? These 2 scenarios. Now it's the same action. You would say one is rape and one isn't?
I'd say one's sexual abuse. They're both awful.
But one's rape and one isn't, right?
Yeah.
The same fucking action.
Yeah. They're both awful, though.
But I'm the one who's got the
Equally
rape
so.
fetish, right?
Equally so.
Okay, Doc.
I'm not really following because I'm saying that they're both gross. It's just I would label them as 2 different things, but okay.
I mean, they're virtually the same.
Wait, what's the definition? Like, unironically, what's like the dictionary definition of rape? I just want to.
The dictionary definition of rape is not going to agree with you very much, so buddy. If you want to define a rape, we can totally do that. Okay.
Let me see.
So, rape is going to be defined by any type of sexual assault involving sexual intercourse or other forms of sexual penetration
sexual
carried out against a person without their consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says unlawful sexual intercourse or any other sexual penetration of the vagina, anus, or mouth of another person with or without force by a sex organ,
So if
other
it's
body
done,
part.
if it's done for simply sadistic means, then it's not rape under that definition. It's still like sexual assault.
It's still rape under that definition.
If it's not, if there's no sexual component to it, though, I don't know.
The sexual component is the forcible penetration of someone's genitalia.
Sure.
That was an
Okay.
interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Was not expecting that.
I wasn't expecting the it's only rape if you get hard point, but you know we go crazy places on Twitch.
Well, no, even if you,
Yeah.
even if he's in Flamenco's mind, in Flamenco's mind, if the person gets hard and then gets soft and they don't finish, it's not rape. So.
I mean, he's
So
still
why
trying
is-
to
so-
he's still trying to get sexual gratification out of it. Again,
Let it be
it's
known.
just like
if
a
it's during No Nut
definition
November, it's not
autism.
rape, guys. Remember,
I mean,
let it be
wait,
known.
people can't be horny during No Nut November? I thought that was
I
like
know,
the
but
entire
they're not gonna
point
come.
is fighting that. I mean, you're still like doing sexual stuff though. If you're doing that, it seems
What
like
is sexual
counteractive
stuff
to
mean?
it.
What does sexual stuff mean, Flamenco?
A variety of things.
Holy shit, dude. That's a profound answer to my question. But that didn't give me anything. What do you
I
think
mean,
sexual
sex is
stuff
a
means?
nebulous thing.
I mean, maybe to you it is. It's a very elusive thing. But I'm asking, what do you think it means? Right?
Sure.
Take the time to Google what sex is.
It's
Fuck,
just like
dude.
I don't really see like why we're arguing now what sex is. It seems
Oh,
like
because you keep trying to
hyper.
use
This
it's
seems
not a
like
sexual
hyper
thing.
definition autism.
No, these are just what the words mean. Everybody else agrees that these are what the words mean. You're the only one who's not on the same page. It's like everybody else. in the
Sure.
world.
Yeah. You do a lot of real like appeal to popularity, which I don't think is working out for you on this one, buddy.
I don't think that. Do you think that you did well in the rape point?
Yeah, I think I've been doing like relatively good this entire time. I think that like
Okay.
aside from this conversation literally going nowhere slow, I think I've been doing relatively good.
Yeah, dude, you've been crushing it. You fucking, dude. I didn't expect the point.
Somebody
Around
wants
me.
me to ask you a question. Flam, is it rape if you jerk a horse off because you like how horse cum tastes?
Yeah, you're sexually abusing that animal. Yeah, 100%.
But is it rape?
I think you have to like insert. No, you're abusing the horse. So yeah. And you're
It's
getting
rape?
sexual gratification for it.
No, it's
Wait,
not
are you-
sexual
wait, are they
gratification,
getting-
it's taste
Are they
pleasure.
getting?
They just like how the cum tastes.
I doubt that there's not a sexual component to it. I don't think you can like enjoy the taste of some sexual fluid and not have like it as
What if I just
some
like
sort of
the way it
weird
tastes?
fetish. I don't think that works that way.
You think it's like a logical contradiction for that to be the case?
Yeah, there definitely has to be some sort of sexual component to that. I think.
There has to be a sexual component to liking how
I think
something
that's the
tastes.
reason why people are doing that is that there's a sexual component.
I think that you don't think very much.
Wait, can you think it? Wait. Is there like any scenario in which you think somebody's like actually enjoying like the taste sensations for just that of horse cum, or it's not indicative of some
can
broader
imagine-
sexual fetish?
We can imagine a hypothetical person without it being a logical contradiction.
Because like I don't know, dude. I don't really
you don't
interact
know
with a whole
much.
lot of people that are sexually attracted to horses. It might be different for you. And that's
Yeah, dude.
not a dig at you. That's more a dig of like the broader online internet political shit.
Damn, that's crazy. But I feel like if you're gonna dig at like the broader online political shit, you can't be defending the point that like it's not rape so long as you don't get hard. I don't think you can really be like I don't know, dude. That's just me. Shit, man. Okay. So, would you still say it's wrong, even if you don't think it's rape, because you got a weird freak definition of rape? Would you still say it's wrong to
To
like,
drink horse cum for
yeah.
the taste?
Yeah. To, like, jack
Uh,
off horses because you like the taste of it?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, it's still gonna be wrong, right? Like sexually abusing animals is gonna be wrong, even if you like the taste of it.
Sure.
Okay. So let's say instead of instead of going up to the horse and jacking it off, right? This time I go up to a cow and I jack it off because I like the taste of cow cum.
Hmm.
That's still bad, right? Still bad? Bad for the same reasons?
Sure. It's more weird than bad, I would say, but yeah, it's pretty weird.
I've got a controversial one, guys.
Bro, what the fuck?
I have a controversial one.
I know. I could, bro. Bunk. I'm sorry. You're of middling intelligence. Honestly,
Yeah,
I know that
I'm
you're
sorry.
trying to.
I
know
can't
that you're trying to
comprehend
like.
brain
I know that
point.
you're.
I'm
I know that
sorry.
you're trying. I understand that you're trying to walk this to. So therefore, making cows come so that you can artificially inseminate other cows is bad. I understand where you're trying to go with this. It's just like
yeah, I
kinda
understand
dumb.
that you're trying really hard to weasel out of it, right? Because you don't actually have an objection.
Am I Am I weaseling out of it if I'm directly explaining what you're saying and addressing it, though?
You're not directly addressing it, right? Because I was just trying to.
I just did, though. I just did.
No, you just said nuh-uh. You didn't actually address shit.
I did, though.
No, you didn't. People can rewind the VOD. You didn't make a single point there. You just said, like, that's dumb.
I know where you're going, and it is dumb. Again,
like,
there's a reason.
No,
There's a reason why we, particularly as a society, look down on gaining sexual gratification from animals. The reason for that is that animals, by their nature, cannot consent to us having sex with them. Therefore, it is wrong to gain sexual gratification
by totally agree,
sexually engaging with an animal.
Yeah, I totally agree, Flamenco. I also think that animals can't consent to you, like, raping them so that you can get fucking, like, food taste out of it either.
Well,
I don't think
they need to evolve to not being livestock.
Okay. Well, then the animals need to evolve to not getting raped.
No, I think that's something that society should intervene on.
Why?
Okay.
Well, I mean,
why should they intervene on this and not the other thing?
It's more of a commentary on, like, the broader reason why we as a society, like, allow or disallow certain behaviors. Like, that's like a whole other topic.
Please stop doing the posturing. Just give me the point.
Well, I mean, it is kind of important to understand the reason why we do things as a society specifically.
Well, no, you're not explaining shit, right? You just keep saying it's different, right? I'm giving you.
It is different. It is different. I'm
not asking you to restate your conclusion.
One, we've at this point, like, domesticated animals where they really can't live without us at this point, or at least some of these animals. Like, I don't think cows could live out in the wild as they are right now. Pigs, on the other hand, can, but pigs are like an entirely different case. So
wait, real quick.
Our specific, like, way that we interact with them is a little bit different, and it's kind of how it is now.
Okay, so Flamenco, the reason you're gonna say it's different is because they can't survive out in the wild on their own. Okay, let's say that I have a kid with somebody. Is it okay for me to eat that kid because it can't survive out in the wild on its own?
No.
But the reason that it's okay to eat animals is because they can't survive out in the wild on their own.
Yeah, our society has norms and
qualifier.
rules that are predicated on continuing our survival. It's generally a really bad idea if our populations suddenly normalize and also accept and condone.
Yeah, I agree. It's a bad idea.
Infanticide and cannibalism.
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
generally a bad idea.
I agree.
Animal eating, on the other hand, isn't nearly as detrimental to us as a species.
No, it's just as bad of an idea. It's just as morally wrong.
No, eating our young and killing them is, in general, worse for our overall survival.
I don't care if it's worse for our survival. There are going to be things that are going to be better for your survival that are going to be bad.
Okay.
That's
this
not what
analogy
makes
is bad. This analogy is really bad, dude. You want to try
Your
a different one?
point is really fucking bad. Right? It's
Okay.
not the things that don't make things moral is how long it preserves our species. I don't even know why the fuck
I mean,
that
that's
would be a moral thing.
That's a large part in, like, what informs our morals and our overall, like, you know,
what do you think
culture,
morals
essentially.
come from? What do you think morals are?
A set of traditions that generally stem from things that are beneficial to our overall survival.
Oh, it's just a set of traditions that are like beneficial to our survival.
Yeah,
That's it?
yeah.
That's all that's moral?
I mean, that's generally what informs
Okay,
on morals,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, so how is it detrimental to our survival to rape pigs? Right? How is that detrimental to our survival?
I mean, one, the amount of, like, weird diseases that you get from just, like, randomly fucking animals is pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
Pigs are pretty gross in general.
Wait.
So a societal taboo on that is pretty bad on a survival note.
But
then there's
Flamenco.
also, like, the upper function thinking of, you know what? We've domesticated these things. It's probably really bad for us to normalize, like, gaining sexual gratification from abusing these animals like that. Maybe as a higher life form like that, we should strive to be a little bit better.
I totally agree. We should strive to act as moral actors. But the problem is, Flamenco, is you don't have any grasp on what morals are. You can't even make moral prescriptions. The reason that you first
think we
said
just
it's
did.
bad for... Please stop.
I
cutting me
just
off.
explained
I
why
let you talk. Can you please let me talk?
infanticide and cannibalism are
I let-
really bad.
Okay. Well, I'm going to explain to you.
Wait, can you explain why
your
infanticide and cannibalism are bad? I want to hear from your perspective why that's
yeah,
bad.
because they don't maximize utility. They don't maximize preferable experiences minus dispreferable experiences. The reason that preferable experiences and dispreferable experiences are good is because there seems to be some kind of quality associated with it that is necessarily valued and motivating for us.
Okay.
You know, somebody in chat
That's
has a
gonna be
really
my
good
meta-ethical
question.
framework. But can I really quickly address Flamenco's point? Because I don't want the audience to forget.
Yeah, go ahead.
First, whenever I asked Flamenco why it's bad to fuck animals, he said it's bad because they can't consent. I brought up as an objection to this that animals also don't consent to us eating them, right? They don't consent to us eating them, but that's apparently permissible under Flamenco's worldview. After Flamenco changes what morals are and to say that it's whatever benefits our species, after I bring up that it doesn't particularly benefit the, survival of our species, just to not rape animals, right? What Flamenco brings up is that
definitely helps our species.
no, you say it's bad to spread diseases, right? Flamenco, would it be okay to rape an animal so long as I use proper protection? If I used a condom, would it be okay?
No, I'd say it's still pretty bad.
But it doesn't spread disease. That was the reason why it was morally wrong before. So
Yeah,
what's morally wrong with it?
That's the lizard brain reason. The higher function reason is because you have dominion over that animal, and to gain like base sexual gratification from that is particularly bad, and it probably leads to like other like self-indulgences that are probably bad for us as a species.
So it's bad because it's bad?
No,
You
it's
just said,
bad
like, it's
because
bad
it leads to
sexually
bad
gratify
outcomes.
you Okay, it leads to bad outcomes. What are bad outcomes, Flamenco? What makes up what
people
is bad
that
and what is
like
good?
people that generally gain sexual gratification from animals that can't really stop them might try to do that with other things, like maybe the mentally retarded or other like terrible shit.
Yeah, if you get a habit and you create heuristics of abusing things that are lower life forms than you, you could end up abusing things that are lower life forms than you, right?
Which is why I don't think you should go and like throw rocks at livestock or generally abuse them.
So can you show me the symmetry breaker between this and eating animals? Let's say I'm the retard eater. I'm the retarded person eater, and I think it's okay to eat retards. What was your argument against me eating retards that doesn't apply to animals?
We as a species try to look after our offspring that can't look after themselves as social animals, which is generally a pretty good, standard to have.
So the
Monkeys.
reason it's bad is okay. No, actually,
Monkeys.
Stardust, you can ask this question, then I'm going to rebut that point. Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I know that like HelloFresh got into some trouble with the monkey slavery thing, but
No. Can we eat
based-
monkeys? Can we eat monkeys?
I wouldn't. Are monkeys even tasty?
Well, they're lower life forms than us, right? So
It gets into like, I guess that also gets into like the levels of like whether or not it's okay to eat animals that based on their intelligence. Like pigs, I can understand the people that don't eat pigs. Pigs are pretty intelligent, or dolphins or something. Well, you shouldn't eat dolphins because of all the mercury in the water too.
Okay, so to rebut Flamenco's point, he says it's bad to eat retarded people because we look after given lower life forms than us. I agree. We should look after lower life forms than us that can't fend for themselves. That's why I make moral prescriptions against, like, fucking animals, for example. I still have yet to hear a good reason why Flamenco thinks it's bad to fuck animals. Every single time that I ask Flamenco and try and isolate the act of fucking animals, it seems that the reason that it's bad changes. I haven't gotten a straight answer as to why it's bad to fuck animals from Flamenco that actually.
It's like morals are an incredibly nebulous and complicated issue that don't have like a one-size-fits-all solution or answer.
So you don't have an answer, like a straight answer as to why it's bad to fuck animals? It's just going to keep changing, right? You don't actually know why
I have
it's
a
bad to fuck
variety of
animals?
reasons why it's bad to fuck animals, actually.
Okay, give me them. Why is it bad to fuck animals?
Again, societally allowing people to fuck animals might normalize other animal cruelty behaviors that are not good, might
Why
lead
is it
to
bad
other cruel behaviors that are not good in general.
Bad? Why is animal cruelty bad?
Because it's not needed and generally is indicative of like larger mental problems.
I so agree. It is not needed and it's a bad action, right? So we shouldn't do it. It's also not needed and a bad action to rape animals and to factory farm animals while raping them, right?
Well, the factory farm is more of like a general like demand sort of thing.
Is it necessary? Do you need it to survive?
It might be for some areas. Like I think like some like areas diets rely on farming.
Do you need to survive, Flamenco?
I would say yeah. I think generally vegan
Why?
diets are a lot more expensive than like more balanced diets, right?
Yeah, the problem is they're just not going to be. Per calorie, what you're actually going to be seeing in things like beans and rice are going to be way more efficient than what you're going to be getting in meat.
Maybe. I generally to
It's not
eat
even maybe, it's
vegan.
just true.
I actually don't know if that's true.
Well,
I'd have to actually
yeah,
check
you
that
don't
one.
know. I'm someone who's looked into the data. I've been trying to help you through this conversation, right? I've looked into it. You could trust me on the data. Okay, if you want, I could link it to you if you'd like to go through it. But if you haven't looked into the subject, I don't know why you're making claims about what's more cost efficient.
Somebody wants me to
it's
ask.
a variety of reasons, yeah.
Somebody wants me to. This
Damn.
is going to sound really,
Yeah.
really off topic, but somebody wants me to ask if water is wet.
Yep. Water is wet.
Yeah, water's not wet.
Why?
You are wet when you're surrounded by water.
Do you think that's the only definition?
Things
of wet?
are wet when they're surrounded by water.
Okay. So if water is surrounded by water, water would be wet. Like multiple water molecules would be wet.
I don't know if water can be covered by other water. I think water becomes part of water when it's added to water.
Okay. So the definition of wet, you do realize it's not only when something's covered by water, right?
I mean,
Even
that's
if that
my
was true,
that's
wouldn't
my
be the
main
case?
that's my main definition of it specifically.
Yeah, you also have a weird freak definition of rape, right? But like every single dictionary definition.
I don't know
would
about
define it a
that
different way.
actually. I don't know
Well,
if that's like the
yeah, you
weird
don't know
one. I
many
think mine was
things.
more
You've
in
been pretty
line
fucking
with the
retarded.
actual definition in the dictionary.
Yeah, you think that. You also think a lot of retarded things.
Sure.
Well,
If you say so.
at least we got to the first step, okay? Acceptance is the first step to recovery. So, like, for example, liquid that makes something damp would be wet by noun definition. So it'd be the second definition that comes up.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
And yes, a fish is wet if it's surrounded by water, even if it's in water. It's like surrounded by water. It's wet.
Okay.
I don't think fish are wet. Unless they
Really?
come out of the water. Yeah, unless they're out of the water. If you take the fish
Yeah, I
out
guess
of the
that's
water,
like-
then
I guess that's
it's
gonna
wet.
be. Wait, Stardust. Do you think water's wet?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think
Yeah,
fish are wet.
I guess it's like a matter of like. I guess that tracks with that that specific definition.
Okay.
Thank you,
Cool.
Beckett, for
Yeah.
the raid.
Oh,
Ugh.
base back at.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we kind of came to the end here.
Well,
I don't think we.
Yeah.
Coming to the end implies that we actually got somewhere, honestly. Except, I guess, except for like a general like larger dislike of Bunk, just a little bit now, because I didn't really know who this guy was. It's like, yeah, I could definitely see the enjoyment in punching this guy.
All right. Please use it to get off your ass and actually do something.
I've been working out every week.
I don't believe you. I haven't seen
Oh.
shit about it.
That's
Keem hasn't heard from you. I
your
haven't heard from you.
prerogative.
No.
Akeem hasn't reached out to me, so I don't know, dude.
You're supposed to reach out to Keem. He told you to contact him with a
He
video.
did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody's been telling you that. I told you that. I told you
I
that in the chat.
haven't really been reading anybody's DMs for the last like couple of months, so
Well, that's crazy.
unless I know them.
You read out my chat. There's a clip of you reading out my chat where I
Mm.
tell you to send it to Keem.
Must
That's what
have
he's
slipped my
waiting
mind then.
Okay. Crazy. All right, sick. Yeah, I suppose if Flamenco thinks that that's it, I think that's it. I think that that's.
I mean,
pretty obvious.
I'm
Pretty
not like
obvious.
in any rush to go, but I don't know if Stardust is like.
I'm not in a
buying
rush,
the,
but I
buying her
didn't.
bed and it's like, oh man, I can't wait to get be done with this fucking autism retardation,
No,
and get
no.
to sleep.
I've been very entertained. I just don't want to keep you guys all night. I think we can have a follow up, maybe. Maybe we can
Yeah.
we can find
Hey,
some.
Flamenco, I'd actually be
actually
really
heated.
interested in having a full conversation with you about whether fucking raping animals and fucking killing them for taste pleasure is
Nah, I'm
wrong. I'd be
good. That
really
sounds
interested.
really boring.
I mean, shit, dude. I'd probably duck the debate after this performance as well. I can't blame you.
Yeah, I'm not interested. Sorry.
All right, sick.
Damn. What would you be interested in talking about, Flam?
I have no fucking clue.
Are you
Oh,
depressed, Flam? That's
Like
that's
you
kind
sounded
of
kind of
sad.
depressed this conversation. I might be depressed
Huh?
after this as well.
Nah, not really.
Okay.
Just like kind of. I don't know. Any interaction with like people in Bunk's sphere seems to be largely pointless.
Oh, who
Yeah,
are
but you
people in
gotta,
my
you've
sphere?
got the time, you've got the chance to prove yourself, Lamb. You got the chance to prove yourself. Do your training montage. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing any like montage edits. That sounds kind
I
of
don't
gay.
think you're gonna be doing any training at all.
Well, hey, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, or we won't actually.
Yeah, I guess so.
If you keep this pace.
I really fucking pray that wasn't like your barely disguised fetish. I'm fucking praying to God.
Dog, if we want to talk about fetishes, we can go
Ugh.
through your porn history.
Yeah.
You do realize that got publicly put out there, buddy. I wouldn't
Be
be
a
talking about
fetish
fetishes.
debate.
Yeah,
if I were
the
you.
thing is,
I'm
is
just
that
throwing
like
that out there, pal.
the thing is that that Pornhub account, like, none of that search history is from me. I've
Oh,
already
yeah,
explained this.
Oh yeah, none of it's from you. It's
Yeah.
all, yeah, none of the shit that you admitted to reading. That's also not from you, I assume.
No, I'm talking the Pornhub account.
Okay, well, I'm talking about the shit that you admitted to reading.
Sure. Okay. And what about it?
Oh, I just think it's weird. I think
Yeah,
reading the Shotokan shit was kind of weird.
I don't even think it was, though. I don't think it was Shotokan at all. Like, I've heard multiple people say that it wasn't. I don't know, dude. It seems like
You've heard some
whether or
people say
not
it
it
wasn't?
seems like whether or not it is largely dependent on whether or not the person has a reason to like get autistically mad at me. Maybe I don't know, insinuated that they don't have any original thought and are retarded. Or I kicked them out of my Discord or something like that. It's really weird. It's really weird that like the broad majority of the people that have a problem with that is largely the people that already had a problem with me. It's
Hey guys, everybody who thinks I'm a
odd.
pedophile doesn't like me.
Little odd.
Isn't that a little strange?
odd.
Isn't it strange how everybody who thinks I'm a pedophile also doesn't like me?
Yeah,
Isn't
sure.
it strange that there's nobody who thinks I'm a pedophile who likes me, guys?
Alright.
I mean,
Listen,
I
Doc,
guess.
I'm just saying the shit on that history. All right, I wouldn't want to be caught.
Wait,
with
do you
that.
think
But
Bo
hey,
Blacks is wrong when he said it wasn't?
I haven't talked to Bo Blacks, but from the last bit of this conversation, I don't trust you to be an accurate reporter of the truth.
I mean, Bo Blacks literally said it. I can show you the screenshot.
Do you think Bo Black said that like none of the shit that you looked at was Shotokan?
Yeah.
Okay, sick. If you want to send that shit to me, I'm really interested.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we can have a debate on anything. We can have a debate
Nah,
on...
that sounds really gay, and it sounds like it sounds like some of the people that just really start pushing that might get like uncomfortably sexually aroused, and I'm not really for that. That's kind of
My penis
gross.
is very flaccid right now. Flamenco, I want you to know that.
No,
buddy.
Never
talking
stopped a
about,
man before.
Listen, I'm talking about more of like the deranged schizophrenics.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we talk about that for a minute? About dudes just trying to noodle their flaccid dicks inside women? It's like, no, I got this,
Sounds
I got
pretty
this.
boring.
And then it's like, flap, 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 flap. You know, and it's like, no, you don't got this, dude. Like, stop.
I do not got this.
I do want to see a poll though. I want to see a poll of who comported themselves better in this conversation.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like, let's do it. Let's do it here. Okay, chat.
As-
Who did better in the convo? Flam
shit, dude.
or Bunk? Okay. Ask your community. All right. Okay.
And then
Now-
3 is Greek.
Greek?
It's an inside meme. It's an inside
Gotcha.
meme. Yeah.
Okay, on Twitch, we're waiting.
Bro, some people are saying that they don't like vegans, and that's why.
Oh,
fair enough.
we're already coming up with the Johns as to why you're not winning.
Um,
Ouch!
Flamenco.
Bunk.
It's somebody-
There's
it's something
something you
somebody
need to learn
said.
from the fighting game community. If we're going to fight, is no Johns. No Johns allowed. All right. No Johns.
Flamenco. I'm reading off a chat
No,
message.
I need you to
Flamenco.
accept. I need you to accept no Johns. Can you commit? Can you commit to no Johns?
Okay. I won't lie about anything.
No,
I'm
no
just
no
reading the chat
Johns.
message.
No Johns.
Okay. No John's, buddy.
well, what does
No
that
Johns.
mean?
got it, buddy.
So
You got it,
in a local Smash Brothers scene, there was a guy named John.
John, who like came up with a lot of excuses.
as
That's
to
what
like
no
why
Johns
he would
means,
lose.
yeah.
So the people say no Johns, and it got to the point that the president of Nintendo of America, Reggie Fils-Aimé, at the time, opened up a Smash presentation with no Johns. So it is now immortal.
Look, I'm saying all I'm gonna say.
Shin-chan. Oh, I might go get a steak tomorrow too. Holy shit, that sounds delicious.
Bunk literally spent 45 minutes trying to claim Mita's rape. Homeboy, they literally do. They shove their fist up the cow's ass, and then they.
Do they really shove the fist?
Yep. They shove their
Oh,
fist
neat.
up the cow's ass, and then they use a rod to penetrate the vagina forcibly, in order to artificially inseminate them. They actually kept in these little cages that are colloquially known as rape cages, and they don't like it very much. They very much don't like it. So if you don't think that's rape, dog,
Is that the trade name for it, or is that like what people that are predisposed to not liking the meat industry
it is something that
of
is
them?
used both in trade and by people who don't.
Really? I would love to see them call it the rape cage.
Sure, dude.
Well,
if you want, I can send you some
there's
of that shit.
Which is a little dark if they are calling it that. You probably
There
should
is
be
a
calling it,
dude
like,
at the
"Let's
farm.
go take
It is-
to the rape cage.
There is a dude at the farm. It is his job to like yoink off the animal.
Sorry,
You know,
no,
that's,
I
like,
got
a
it
real
wrong.
job.
It's rape rack. Sorry, no, not rape cage. So you can look up.
Okay.
It was coined by its inventor.
There's a
so
dude at the
Really?
zoo who does it
Yep.
too.
Neat.
There's like a dude at the zoo whose job it is to yoink off the animals. You know.
No, guys, no.
Wait,
guys.
actually,
Yeah,
I'm
the
curious.
rape rack actually is not about rape. It's not rape at all,
Wait,
guys. No.
Would it be like would it be morally negative if you like artificially got off a panda to artificially inseminate another panda because their dumbasses won't have sex and they're literally going extinct because they
I mean, that's what they
literally
have to
refuse
do.
to mate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Is
you
that morally
force-
bad though? Because you're I guess you're kind of raping them.
Yeah, if you had to shove your hand up a panda's ass and then put a rod through its vagina in order to inseminate it, and it didn't like that, that would still be rape, dog. Yep, that would still be rape. I don't see why this would be like a controversial take.
But do you think that pandas not going extinct is more
Actually, one thing that
beneficial?
they do, I don't really know why that would be like super beneficial. Unless like people just really enjoy pandas. I don't think that would be like super beneficial. I think there are also better ways of going about it. For example, there are things that people do within the within like animal agricultures with pandas. So they tend to like lose their like libido over time. They'll show them like videos of like other pandas mating to try and like inspire them to do out to varying degrees of effectiveness. I think that would be like
They
an
show
infinitely
them
more
panda
ethical way of-
porn.
Wait, they
Yeah,
literally
literally.
have panda porn.
Unironically.
That's funny.
Yeah, unironically, you guys can look this up.
That's wild. I had a friend whose job it was to go around and, not his job. Basically, he had an internship in college, and in his internship, he and his classmates would go and they would, their job was to jerk off the animals essentially. And when they had one day they had the elephant, and the elephant you have to actually stimulate its prostate to make it come. So they had needed like 11
Neat.
people there. Yeah.
That I think I would just not work in that industry, honestly. After that point, I'd be like, yeah, this ain't.
Apparently the person who was going to show them how to do it didn't show up one day, and so they all got really mad, and they had to come back another day. So yeah.
People are asking why I know about this because I don't like it. I think it's wrong. I think that other people told me that what happened, and I think that was wrong, and that convinced me to not do it. If it makes you really upset that this is happening, and this makes you really upset to know about this, you should stop funding it. I think that's a really convincing argument. And if you think it's really bad, you should stop funding it. I think it's awesome. I think it's a really good ethical stance to take.
Well, guys, thank you for joining me.
I'm gonna eat a burger tomorrow.
Stardust
I'm
stream.
so hyped.
Where we talk
I know you want
about
to put meat in your mouth, buddy.
Unironically, it's
I
very
love
tasty.
meat in my mouth.
It's very tasty. I do enjoy the taste of meat.
All right, flamenco.
Thank you
I love
guys
you,
so
buddy.
much.
I'm indifferent, but I'm growing to understand why it might be fun to punch you in the face.
Hey, listen, dude. If this debate made you really ass mad, I can't wait to see you.
Not
training
really
to beat the
ass
fuck
mad,
out of
but
me.
like you
Oh
are
yeah,
kind
you
of
just want to punch me in
irritating.
the face, right? You just
You
wanna
are
punch
kind of
me in the
annoying.
face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I'm not
it's
asking
not
that, guys.
it's
I'm
not
just
like
really
it's not a
annoyed.
searing
I'm really
it's not a
annoyed and wanna
searing
punch this guy
hatred,
in the
but like
face.
yeah.
Okay, one last question before you guys go. Would it be justified to rape Hitler to stop the Holocaust?
Yep.
How would that
Without a
how
doubt.
would that work? How would
I don't know. Somebody asked me.
Oh yeah, no, this is like 100% going to be justified. But there's going to be a difference between if you like know that you have to rape Hitler to stop the Holocaust, and if you are just like incidentally raping Hitler and it stops the Holocaust. Like that would probably reflect poorly on unexpected utility, but it'd be good on like actual utility. But it's actually really a really fun thing to crunch out some normative equations. Okay, that shit's fun. You guys should if you learned one thing from this conversation, you guys should all get into moral philosophy, dude. That shit's so fun. I love those topics.
All right.
Fun stuff. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. The only stream where you can talk for an hour and a half about animal rape. It's really fun.
Yeah,
so
we got real. I was not really expecting to talk about so much rape tonight. That was really not what I was expecting.
Sorry, Star.
Well,
I'm just
thank you,
really
guys.
Anti-rape. I really don't like animal rape. I think it's real bad.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I thought it was entertaining regardless, and if we got some more motivation into flamenco to train, you know, then we should do another shit talk. We should schedule another one in like 2 weeks or something, or a month.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Dude,
I'm indifferent.
100% down. I think that we should talk more about ethics. Maybe we can get flamenco to something other than much tradition as what morals are.
I mean, it generally informs our morals as a whole. So.
Do you think descriptively or prescriptively informs what's moral?
Mostly descriptively.
Okay. Do you think we should make prescriptions about what we should think is moral?
Yeah, we're the higher functioning animals. We definitely can do that.
So I think that we should stop saying, but it's a tradition, and we should start asking, is it good? I think
Yeah,
that's a better
sure.
question.
I just don't necessarily agree with this idea that because it's done in tradition that it's a inherently bad or detrimental.
Nobody said that it's inherently bad or detrimental. I'm saying it's not.
No,
just good.
I will say that there is a tendency, especially in like more progressive circles, to outright reject anything that is done in tradition as being fundamentally bad or flawed.
That's
Do you
absolutely.
disagree?
That's absolutely epic. No, I completely disagree with
There
that.
are people that ever do that.
Know that there's a tendency for it. Not that there aren't people who
I'd
ever
say
do
it's.
it. Remember the question you asked me, dumb fuck?
I would say it's a tendency. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you'd say a lot of dumb shit. You did in this conversation.
I mean, that's the reason why you get like people to get like really fucking autistically ass mad if people want to engage in monogamous relationships and like all the coping of like, oh, you're
No,
insecure.
guys, two people on the internet say I was insecure for being in a monogamous relationship, guys. It's a tendency on the left. It's a tendency on the left, guys. Two people said it.
When it like is constantly brought up and
A majority of people are monogamous. Yeah,
Yes,
multiple people
exactly.
I don't care if 2 people said it, dog.
And there are a fringe amount of people that like get really fucking autistically ass mad about it, sort of like vegans.
Yeah, there are like a fringe amount of people, right? They're just unjustified.
Yeah, just
Unlike
like
vegans
vegans.
who are justified, right? You weren't able to justify a single one of your eating stances in this conversation.
I disagree with that.
The only people who are
buddy.
going to back you up are people who really want to eat meat.
Yeah.
You have no
Probably.
arguments. None.
I mean, I've already given some of the reasons. Like, I think
Yeah,
it's
and they all
probably
fell apart under
economically
scrutiny,
available.
dog.
Yeah. And hey, as long as you confidently proclaim it, I guess, just like how you definitely won this.
I did better in this conversation on substance and on rhetoric than you did. I don't care if an audience is primed to agree
if
with
you
me or not.
are,
I think that you did
if
terribly. I think you
if
know
that's your
nothing
read
about
of it,
morals.
then more power to you.
Thank you, Flamenco. I really need you to say that to me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Guys, this has
But
been
no,
great.
dude, Flamenco, I actually want to have a real heart-to-heart with all the blood sports talk. If you're actually going through with this, big props to you, man. Most people wouldn't
Yeah,
do that shit.
that's the
That's
plan.
pretty fucking cool. Yeah.
If
please do that shit.
if I am getting a guaranteed paycheck, obviously though, like I'm not
Yeah,
going
well-
out of my way to do something that might not like actually pan out into anything. But if King can give me like an actual guaranteed amount, then yeah, definitely.
I think
Okay.
he's serious about
Cool.
it. So, you
Yeah.
know.